And she's like, please don't put anything on my walls. I said to her, then you're wasting your money hiring me. You have a $2 million condo. It's the art, it's the accessories that's gonna bring everything together. And I'm not gonna put my name on this project if I can't put art up.
These things will not look good. Sometimes not doing even staging would be more beneficial than doing the wrong staging.
Exactly. I look at agents that have just listed the place as is with I don't know, the beds are not done. There's shoes scattered everywhere. And I think as a buyer or as a potential client, why would I ever hire that agent?
Guys, before we go any further, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share it with anyone that would find this useful. Now let's go back. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Reality Check, where we discuss what's happening in Toronto's real estate market, where it's going, and help you make informed decision buying and selling. Staging sells, and it's no secret that we know 70% of the homes that get staged sell faster, and pretty much anyone entering any house, they have 12 seconds to make their decision whether or not they like it. And if you walk into an empty house, chances of them not liking it, it's pretty high. Today, who we have here is Sima from Agent's Choice Staging, my business partner and one of the best stagers that you get in this industry. So, Sima.
Hello, you're mighty hyper today for Friday afternoon.
Well, listen, we got
lots of coffee.
Lots of coffee, lots of coffee. So today, what we want to discuss is why staging is important, what the new staging trends are, and pretty much why do we even care about staging homes? Because it doesn't matter if it's a condo to a luxury home, we always recommend staging. And we want to also debunk some of the myth around staging. So first off, let maybe start off by just, giving a little background about yourself and maybe how you got into business.
Yeah. So actually, so I was a social worker, as you know, for 15 years. And actually, it was you who pushed me into staging because I hired you to sell my condo. and you're like, oh, this place looks really good. You got your stager at the time to come in. And she really didn't do much. She brought a kitchen table. That's it. And I started doing it little by little by using my own accessories. And
actually, just to go back to that, because I remember I walked into the house and I thought you had another agent selling the place. And I'm like, hold on, was there someone selling this condo before? And you're like, no, that's how I live. And I'm like, even the accessory looks staged.
Yeah,
everything was perfect.
I had the 3 candles at the time. I had the moss bowl. My pillows were all a karate chop.
Yeah.
So everything was, I live in a stage house. My house is right now it's stage 2 with 4 dogs. So, and as you know, I was doing it part-time with my own accessories, basically taking what I had in my place from one place to another. And it got to a point where, there was 6 to 7 storage rooms, and then the storage rooms ended up being a warehouse space, and it grew into a full-time gig. And I ended up resigning from Children's Aid now 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And right now, as you know, we have a warehouse at Leslie and York Mills. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 full-time stagers, 2 movers, and we do on average 300 to 350 stages a year.
That's crazy. That's almost a stage a day.
It is a stage a day.
If not more, because you guys only do 5 days.
Sometimes you do 2 a day.
They stop working on the weekends. That's they used to work, but not anymore. So weekends are off. Just a heads up. So
no weekends.
No weekends. Yeah. But I recall. I actually one of the first places that I had Sima come, my stager bailed out on me. I recall it was the condo at Yonge and York
gentleman.
Mills. Yeah, Yonge and York Mills.
What are they called?
Governors.
Yeah,
Governors Hill. And I remember my stager's like, oh, here's the furniture that you can stage with is there. You can grab it and then you go stage. I'm like, okay, hold on, what just happened? I'm not going there to stage. And I recall, I'm like, Sima, you need to come help me out. And the gentleman there back in the day, the guy loved you. He loved you. And the place actually turned out way better than I thought, because we had a whole plan in place with the previous stager. And then you went in not knowing what the plan was in terms of how to arrange things.
Yeah.
And I remember the gentleman called me. He's like, oh, the last stager said this. And I'm like, don't worry about it. Just go with what Sima says. And
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So because it all happened so quickly. And what ended up happening was those condos weren't moving. We ended up selling that condo, which was a massive condo. Huge, yeah. In a pretty short period of time. And that's pretty much where I started saying, you know what, screw every other stager. I'm going to be using Sima. And, you know, ever since we haven't looked back, even in this market, just to carry on how good staging works, because we're going to get into the detail. We recently, you did 2 staging for us, one on the Dufferin property, the condo, and one on the Lawrence. Both of them are condos, and these condos were not moving. So there was a 2-bedroom condo. When we were bringing it on the market, there was at that point 17 other condos in that complex for sale. So we listed, we were the only one that sold in the last, I think, 4 or 5 months. As soon as we sold, we set a record. And right now, as of 2 weeks ago, 2 of the other ones that were on the market, 150 and 95 days, they sold. Much larger than us, less than us. No staging.
No way. I had no idea.
Yeah,
oh,
no
wow.
staging. Yeah, so, I mean, it definitely works. So today, what we want to talk about is, so what do sellers get wrong about staging? What are the common mistakes that, you see in the industry?
So the most important thing is when you're getting your house ready for the market is that you have to understand the buyer's psychology. And buyer's psychology is pretty simple. If you look at the stats, only 10% of people are able to walk into a house as is. So let's just say you get a listing. You don't do anything. You leave everything as is. 10% of buyers are going to walk in and they're able to see past that. The rest get distracted. They're not focusing on the nice kitchen that was just renovated. They're not focusing on the nice hardwood floors. They're looking at everything else that's happening in the house. So when a professional stager comes in, our goal is, 1, we depersonalize the space. We take out furniture that might be too big for the space, might be too small for the space. We scale the area and put furniture in place that actually fits the space. So our goal is a buyer walks in and they're able to think, oh yeah, you know what? That's where I'm going to entertain my friends and my family. Yes, that's where the kids are going to have breakfast in the morning. Yes, that's going to be the fancy living area. We want to make it as easy as possible for them. So they walk in within 12 to 15 seconds, they get that wow factor and they're ready to make an offer.
See, that is very key because, again, we stage because of the same reason. You're walking, you get the feel of the house. We go as far as, putting scents in. You want to make sure that someone that walks in likes the first impression of the house. Yep. Guys, before we go any further, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share it with anyone that would find this useful. Now let's go back. So, adding to that, what's the difference between staging and decorating? And why do sellers often confuse the two?
So decorating is somebody hires me for interior decor. I'm doing it the way they like it. There's a bigger budget. They tell me the style they want. They want old, they want traditional, they want modern. Staging is we go in, we're in and out. Design, decor takes much longer period. Staging, we're doing it for the real estate market and we're doing it for the masses. We're not doing it to your particular taste. So that's why whenever I do my consultations, I start off by saying, nothing personal against you, but I want to make the space look good for everybody, a big group of people, because you're going to get different types of buyers coming through your door. So design is the homeowner's personal taste and staging is for the masses.
Great. And showcasing the space, which is the key thing. And a lot of people think they're like, oh, my staged home is not as comfortable.
It's not meant to be comfortable. It's not about you. Yeah. What I say is detach your house from your house. This house does not belong to you anymore. Yeah. This house belongs to the realtor. This house belongs to potential buyers. You have to take all of your emotional attachment out of that house.
We've had instances that you staged homes that sellers did not want to move out because the house looked so good. They wanted to keep the house with the furniture.
We just had that this afternoon. We were staging in Lawrence Park. The kids came home, teenagers, I should say. And they're like, yeah, we'll buy it. We'll buy it. Is this our house? Is this our bedroom? So yeah, it makes a huge difference. Just making beds, right? Yeah. Just making beds and making sure like the kitchen counter is not cluttered or the bathroom counter doesn't have toiletry on it, right? It makes a huge difference in presentation.
So before we get into the behind the scenes and logistics of staging, give me 3 red flags about bad stagings that you've seen around the industry.
I would say furniture that doesn't fit the space. So putting a condo-sized furniture in a massive living room, not being a theme. So all these different, and these were my mistakes too at the beginning of my career. I've been doing it since 2019. So I literally today when I was coming here, one of my first stages popped up. And if you saw where I came from to where we are today.
I hope it wasn't my listing.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, thank God. But it's a process, right? So using there being different colors in every room, we want to make it as simple as possible. not creating a warm and comfortable area, right? I walk in, I want to see rugs, I want to see different textures, I want to see blankets, I want to see pillows. I want to make it look like I just want to jump on that bed, right? So when it's not welcoming, and it's because of there aren't any rugs in the living room, there isn't any blankets, there's too less of accessories, right? For example, there's only, like, if you look here, there's wall units here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but maybe we can see it behind you.
Yeah.
Like having one piece of accessory on a wall unit, right? It doesn't look good. It doesn't show
accessory is
well.
expensive. That's why a lot of stages don't use a lot of accessories.
Right. Well, you get what you pay for.
Exactly. Yeah. So what we discussed. So wrong size furniture, accessories, and what else?
Creating a warmth feeling that this can be your home. How do you do that? By put different textures and multiple colors everywhere, and not having a theme throughout the house.
So this is one of the key factors when we actually look at stagers ourselves. Back in the day when I was looking for different stagers, I was looking to see what kind of an inventory they carry. So are they able to match? Because not a lot of times we're taking all the furniture out. We're trying to sometimes use some of the owner's furniture and try to go with the theme of the house. So not having a variety of furniture really impacts the quality of staging. 2, not having enough accessory to stage a house also impacts it, because I've seen it a lot that a lot of stagers try to avoid putting art on the wall. And they say, okay, what, we don't want to really put a nail in the wall, but that's not the point. The point is to get the house feeling like a home. If you got an empty wall, it's not going to feel like a home.
I've had clients call me and be like, we just paint the house, don't put any art up. And I said, don't hire me. I've literally said, then don't waste your money hiring a stager. Because I said, actually, this was a condo from one of your agents here on Freeland, a $2 million condo. And, fair enough, she just spent $7,000 in painting. And she's like, please don't put anything on my walls. I said to her, then you're wasting your money hiring me. You have a $2 million condo. It's the art, it's the accessories that's going to bring everything together. And I'm not going to put my name on this project if I can't put art up. And she said, okay. She hired me. That condo sold, I think within 2 weeks. I looked at that building again. There's a condo that's been sitting on the market, exact same layout, was on the market before this realtor hired me, and it's still on the market, not staged, completely vacant. Beautiful condo, 2,000 square feet, but it's not staged.
Yeah. So again, going back, the furniture, the accessory, and the theme, because the theme is super important. I walk into a lot of homes and I see, for example, again, whether the agent had a bunch of furniture and brought in, you got blue and gold couches in a living room where rest of the house is minimal, beige color. These things will not look good. Sometimes not doing even a staging would be more beneficial than doing the wrong staging.
Exactly.
Just going back to the talk you had about the condos, I'm going to try and bring the picture up as well. You guys did a condo for us last year around this time. It was a over 2,000 square foot 2-story penthouse.
Right. Leslie, Highway 7.
No, Front Street.
Front Street, yes.
Front Street.
Yeah.
And that was, at the time, the most expensive condo, because it was an older condo. We got to consider that condo was 40 years old. And the way you guys staged it, I had pulled the stats prior to that listing going up. And there was a few condos there. There was only 3 showings for condos over 1.8. We listed that condo. We got, I think, 14 or 15 showings in the first 2 weeks, and we ended up selling it for a ridiculous price per square foot that I didn't even think someone would pay. We just posted it. The seller said, listen, we're going to give this a try. But the place looked amazing. And going back, the furniture you guys brought with the theme of the condo was amazing, because it was all concrete flooring. You guys brought in all the modern stuff. It just looked so perfect. And I recall they were trying to get pricing on a bunch of the items that we had. And even another example was one of the homes that you staged last year, that one of the offers that came in wanted the entire
Van Horn.
Yeah, they wanted the entire main floor furniture. So guys, before we go any further, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share it with anyone that would find this useful. Now let's go back. When people actually come to a house, see the stage, they can feel themselves there. And you got to realize one more thing is that people are buying a lifestyle. So having the right staging sells that lifestyle that you're trying to sell. And again, it appeals to the emotion. Fortunately, we're doing residential real estate, so you got to appeal to someone's emotion. So if that emotion is hit right, you're going to get the price you're looking for. So let's go and look at the reality of staging and the logistics behind it. Because as you said, yes, used to have so many of these locker rooms that you guys would go in the morning.
We should do 10,000 steps.
Yeah.
From one locker, because we would time our steps.
For
one job, we would go
pull everything out.
Pull everything out of the storage room.
Yeah.
Go from one locker to another. It was crazy. It was absolutely nuts.
Fast forward to right now that you guys have your own truck, you guys have your own crew of movers and the stagers. Let's talk about, first of all, the logistic that goes behind organizing a stage. And because a lot of people look at this as an expense, whereas it's an investment, but behind the scene they don't see how much time it goes into picking the furniture behind the scene, organizing everything and moving things. So just walk us through, let's say, one of the custom homes that you guys recently staged, and when did you guys started packing the items all the way, how long it took to finish the house?
It varies. It all depends on the week we're having. Like, for example, right now it's getting a little bit slower because the holiday season's coming up. So we have a little bit more time with planning. But staging is not just the day of staging. There's so much work that goes into it. Remember, we are literally moving into a house. And another service that we offer is that we move the client's furniture out. So if I go into an occupied listing, I'm doing my walkthrough, I'm doing my consultation report, and I'm saying, okay, we're going to have to take away your couch, we're going to have to take away your dining chairs. We are actually the ones that wrap that stuff up. We either put it in their garage, basement, or their storage room. So this is all done in one day. So if you think about you personally moving, how stressful that is, multiply that by 100. Because not only are we moving, we're actually designing the space. So we go for our consultation. We come back, we do a report. We send the report within 24 hours to the client so they can get started on their tasks. They have stuff to do. They have to clear the kitchen. They have to remove all their family photos, degrees. It's a list. It's a room by room list that we set. We go back to the warehouse and, the turnaround is really fast. So I see a place last week, Monday, we booked the date for today.
Yeah.
So
when you send them the report, that's all. That also includes what the owners need to do room by room if they have to move things around.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. So I'll say move couch, move family pictures, move this accessory, keep this art, don't move that. So it's literally step-by-step guide as to what they need to do to prep their home for staging. We go back to the warehouse. We sit there. Me and my girls sit there. We review everything, and then we walk through the warehouse and we pick item by item exactly what's going to go in the house. So we are packing towels, bedding, artwork, accessories, rugs, accent chairs, dining chairs, so forth. So we take pictures of everything. We start a group chat on WhatsApp with my whole team of movers. We send them photos. The boys usually get to the warehouse the morning of the staging at 7:38. We load the truck. We go to the staging. We take their stuff out. We put my stuff out, and we design the place. So altogether, let's calculate it. Each house takes a minimum of 20 hours of work.
Wow. Yeah. So this is what you guys don't see, but you pay for because of the time it takes. And it's a pretty labor-intensive.
It's very labor-intensive
job, because you got to also realize that every furniture that's getting taken out, let's say a bed, gets disassembled, packed, wrapped, and safely moved out if they're putting it in a storage or whatnot. And then these guys not only do that, they will bring their own stuff and then they start assembling it. And then, get on with the accessorizing and everything else. So every time I see it behind the scene, it's just a whole operation, which, not a lot of people see the behind the scene of it, which we're trying to, bring that to attention, because people see the end result, but they don't realize how much work it went into staging. So let's talk about some of the easy things that people can do during staging that would make your life easier. So I know, we tell our clients when you're staging not to be around you.
Oh my God, yeah. Don't be there, because we yell and swear at each other a lot. So it's better that you're not exposed to that. No, I'm kidding. Listen, we are moving in heavy furniture. The last thing I want is a homeowner or a child to be home and them getting injured. It's a liability issue. As well, we've had situations where the whole family is home and they're following us around. We're not able to do our job when we have people following us around. We want to be in and out. We want you to get back to your normal life. We have a timeline. There's photos being done the next day, or the place is being cleaned. And we don't want to delay that because there's people following us around. As well, if I put a couch down and I don't accessorize it, it's not going to show well, right? That's not the finished product. So when you have somebody home, they're like, oh, is that how you're leaving the couch? No, you have to wait till the end. It's less stressful for the homeowners not to be home, and we get our work done faster. And as well, the front door is open, right? God forbid there's a dog in the house or a cat. I can't watch these dogs or cats, right? They're going to run outside and something might happen to them. So it's really best that you pre-plan to be just out of the house. We call you when we're half an hour away. We do a walkthrough with you about what the plan is. Then we call you when we're half an hour close to being done. You come back and we do a walkthrough with you with what we've done.
So how do people actually live in staged homes when you're doing an occupied staging and the owner is going to be living there? What are their do's and don'ts?
So these are things that I talk about during the consultation. But what happens is, we take pictures after we're done and we share the pictures with the homeowners, right? Or the agent, whatever it is. They get it to the homeowners. And the goal is buyers go on MLS, right? So you are showing your clients before they come to the house to see it. They go on MLS, they see the pictures. When they're coming to see the homes, they expect to see what they saw on MLS, right? So we want to make it as easy as possible for them. So it's a little bit of work. It's not going to be easy. Listen, you want to get your house sold, you want top dollar for your house, you're going to work for it. It's not that easy, right? So the goal is, you're going to make the beds, hopefully the same way that we made it, because you have the picture, you have the MLS photos, you can see it. Kitchen counter completely clear, no dishes in your sink, no toiletry laying around. So what I suggest for bathrooms is, it doesn't look good when shampoos and conditioners and razors and sponges are laying around, right? So I say, get a basket from the dollar store, put everything in the basket, tuck it away for showings, and when showings are done, bring it out. Like I said, it's a little bit of work, but it pays off. You want buyers to walk in and you want it to be as easy as possible for them.
100%. What about cooking? Can they cook?
Listen, they have to. Ideally, it would be nice, not for you to make gourmet meals every night, but you have to live there. Open the window if you're cooking. Put your fan on. You don't want too much different types of odors, right? But it's unrealistic for us to say don't cook.
100%. So let's talk about the connection between the top agents or just, realtors that do a lot of deals with stagers. How do they, first of all, complement your job, and how do they communicate with you, and how is it easier to work with certain types of agents rather than the other ones?
Thank God I used to be a social worker because I can adapt to different personalities. But, sometimes, we send photos because I have group chats with all of my agents. Some agents right away from the get-go, before I've even met the family, start a group chat with the family. They introduce me so we are all on the same page. So some agents, after we're done, we send photos and we don't get any feedback. We're like, oh my God, did he like it? Did he not like it? But the next job he's calling us. So he liked it, right? So it's just different.
Everyone's busy. That's a problem. I know.
But then some agents are like, wow, amazing. You're a magician. It's just different agents. But you've done good work when you've had repeat clients and you have the same agents that you've been working with for 3 to 4 years. And that's the case with most of my clients. I barely have one-offs. I do here and there, but I find with the regular agents where this is their full-time job, it's not a part-time job that they're doing, they are calling me regularly. And hey, not all the time does the staging happen. Sometimes we just go in for a consultation and the homeowners are not comfortable. They could be senior citizens. It might be hard for them. You never know the situation. You have to be empathetic to everybody's situation. So we go in, we give them a consultation report, and that's all they do, right? It's different scenarios for different homeowners. So, I know that we're doing well. We make mistakes. It happens, right? It's life. We're human. But I know that we're doing well because most of my agents are repeat agents.
So one thing I know for a fact that anytime we're working together, that I tell my clients, listen, you know what? Anything regarding staging, Sima is going to come here and we'll give you the full report. I don't get involved in any of the staging steps because I trust the staging team that's doing it. So anytime Sima and her team goes into a place, I tell my clients, listen, you know what? Step out, let her do the things, and then you guys come back. And the easier you make Sima's life, the better the place is going to look. And eventually it's going to lead to a faster sale, because when we stage a place, there's a lot that goes behind before even staging. Like we get the house fixed out. We sometimes do pre-list inspections, so we get like contractors in. So once that's done, then we get a cleaner. Cleaner will go in, and then after that, Sima will go in, do the staging, and right after, then we got pictures getting taken and everything else. So it's super crucial to let the stagers do their job, and then go back and just take a look at it and not get involved. Let's talk about one of the stressful experiences you've had in staging, and the funny one.
Stressful will be actually a custom house we did a couple months ago where there was no AC.
Oh my God, I know that one.
38 degrees. And
that's crazy.
The HVAC guy was there and he kept saying it's going to work because I would have canceled the job, right? It was literally 40 degrees in the house, right? And it's a custom house. We're doing the entire, I don't know, how big was that house? 4,000 square feet,
yeah,
I would
over
say?
4,000.
Yeah, so
well, with the basement, 6,000.
Exactly. So the AC was not working and he kept saying it's going to work. It's going to work. So I ended up Ubering from my own house, Dyson ACs and fans.
Oh my God.
Just to put in every room so we could finish the job.
But you guys still got it done.
We got it done. But listen, we were literally dying. I think I lost like 6 pounds that night, which was great. But it was just horrible, like absolutely horrible. A funny story is actually kind of embarrassing. I sent my team to the wrong address. And they staged the entire place. And the agent called me and asked me what I'm doing at his listing staging.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And it was on the market, or it wasn't on the market?
It wasn't on the market. We were 2 weeks early.
Oh my
so
God.
I had to get them to remove everything and take it to the right house.
But that house was supposed to be staged?
In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I sent them to the wrong house and they had put everything together.
That is
and
crazy.
I literally... I had to laugh it off because it was like I was like, I cannot believe I made this mistake. But
what did the agent say?
He started. Thank God the agent was a cool agent. And I said, listen, I am so overwhelmed right now. This is our busiest time. I think it was like September or something. We were like dying, like we couldn't even catch our breath. But I sent them to the wrong house to stage.
Cool. Well, listen, to wrap it up, I want to ask you a few quick fire rounds. So, biggest staging myth?
That we only stage vacant homes.
Yeah, well, you guys clearly don't.
8 out of 10 homes is occupied. We are staging mostly occupied homes.
As a matter of fact, I want to talk about something we did that I don't think anyone has done. And I remember we had to stage a condo that was tenanted. And we staged the condo while they were out. Yes. We put all their stuff out. I think, we stored it somewhere.
In
we
the
took
hallway.
Picture. In the hallway. And then we took picture and then we put back all their stuff because the tenants did not want the place staged. And we actually ended up selling that place. But that was like the craziest thing we've done. We staged the entire with a two bedroom, almost 1,000 square foot unit.
Yes.
And then we took pictures and then you guys de-staged it in one day.
Yeah.
That was something. Have you done that before? Again?
Like with accessories.
Yeah.
Yes, we've done that.
That was
maybe
nuts.
one more time.
One more? Yeah, that was tough. One item that instantly cheapens a home if used in staging.
Shoppers drug mart bulbs, I call it. Like
the blue one, the white ones.
White. I feel like I'm walking into a pharmacy or a hospital.
Don't use white.
No, it does
lights.
not look good. I know people want bright, but you can accomplish bright by just like off white.
Yeah.
And having your window blinds open. Lighting is everything, but do not use white bulbs. It makes the place look cheap and it does not present well.
Great. And if you were to stage a place and only had a budget of $2,000, what would you do?
Accessory staging. So
explain accessory staging because I think a lot of people don't know.
So accessory staging, how it differs is there's no movers. There's no moving team. There's no big furniture. It's one stager, one mover, but with a cargo van. There's no big truck. There's like I said, there's no couches. There is no dining tables. It's just accessories. So you're fluffing the place up. You're putting bedding. You're putting artwork. You're putting accessories. And hopefully the homeowners have already looked at the list and moved out the stuff that needs to be moved out, but you're fluffing the place up and, you're making it look presentable.
Beautiful. And does staging even matter in a hot market?
Staging matters all the time. I sometimes I go on MLS a lot because I'm an addict and I look at agents that have just listed the place as is with the beds are not done. There's shoes scattered everywhere. And I think as a buyer or as a potential client, why would I ever hire that agent? This is my biggest asset. Literally, this is my biggest asset. For some people, this is their biggest asset. You're selling your biggest asset. how can you get the best deal for me when I look at the pictures? I'm like, this place is a mess. Who knows what's happening behind the walls? Like, they didn't care to even present this place. Who knows what damages are in that house, right? I'm not even gonna go see this house. So,
So, I mean, just going back again to what you were mentioning, because even when the market was hot, we were always staging and the homes were selling in a week. The difference is how much more can you get? Because when the market was crazy, you had 20 offers, things would sell, but you wouldn't know how much money you left on the table by not doing the staging. You were still hitting maybe record high prices, but we've had homes that we thought maybe we were gonna get 150,000 higher, or maybe let's call it 5 to 10% higher than the last sale. We ended up getting 15-20% more. Why? Because of, again, staging. So what I want people to realize is that they shouldn't look at staging as an expense. They should look at it as an investment, because whatever they put in, I would say minimum, not only they get that back and more. So there's also a stat out there that stage home on average fetch 3 to 5% higher. So that's National Association of Realtors. So take that into consideration, plus the fact that they tend to sell 70% faster than the market average.
Well, it's all about marketability, right?
Yeah.
You're marketing this house, so you hire a photographer that really knows
100%.
their stuff, and is going to showcase the pictures in a way that looks like it's magazine worthy. And why does that happen? You want to have the staging look good too, right? So it's all a marketing tool that you're putting together.
So 100%. So these are like all different parts of the marketing plan that you have. So it's not just, okay, you know what, let me just stage and I'm gonna sell it. No, you have to have the proper photographer, because if the photos are not done, it's not gonna do justice to the staging. And then lastly, everything needs to be advertised. So if you don't have the right person to do the advertising, to do the presentation, again, the end result could be affected. So there's a bunch of things that goes into it, but this is one of the biggest pillars of getting the marketing right. Sima, any last words?
Call me.
We're going to put your number down there. They're going to give you a call, 100%. Well, listen.
Call me for a good time. I'm just joking.
So thank you for joining us. Hopefully we get more of you back, because next time I want to dive deep into looking at some of the do's and don'ts. Let's say if the space is small, what should one do? If you got ceiling height issue, maybe what should one do? So maybe that one is going to be more of a training, but we want to get you back hopefully in the 2026.
Okay, good. Gives me some time to prep.
Awesome. Well, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Before you go away, be sure to click that subscribe button, click that share if you find this useful, and hit that like button. And we'll see you next time. Bye.